employees. And the reason I chose the bargaining unit employees, because that's the majority of our employees, given the nature of our organization, sits within the bargaining unit. I think the last time I checked, could have been maybe 28,000 of the 42,000, right? Which means that the majority of our staff is covered by this. And this was entered into by organized labor and Eskom, I think in 2023, right? It reads as follows: for policy statement, for the proper operation of the business, Eskom must implement a disciplinary procedure that encourages a disciplined and harmonious working environment. The disciplinary procedure takes into account the principles set out in the Code of Good Practice for dismissals, Schedule 8 of the Labour Relations Act of 1995, and addresses the need for simplicity, practicality, efficiency, and workplace fairness in the application of discipline. I read that statement to say the following. When I joined a year ago, we had our people leadership team meeting, and I invited a labor expert. I said, come and look at our disciplinary procedures, come and look at our code. And Eskom has one of the best disciplinary procedures. The issue we are facing as an organization is not what's written in our procedures, it's how we behave inside those procedures. When a breach occurs, we take days, weeks, months, and unfortunately years to get to the bottom of it, and then to institute discipline. Whether it's fraud, corruption, whether it's workplace harassment, whether it's issues around performance management, the inaction we have as guardians, whether organized labor, management, or the employees committing the misconduct, is inadvertently exposing the organization to risk. So when I make the comment that some things doesn't need an inquiry, we can see the breaches happen. What the comment implies is we must take action as close as possible to the breach. And what's happening in Eskom is that we are taking days, weeks, months, years to take action, and everyone around us can see that the breach has taken place, right? So before we go and question whether procedurally what I'm saying is correct or not, my one and only test around procedures, what I've agreed with organized labor. Let's talk about management. Employees outside. So beyond the 42,000, we have bargaining unit. And then we have employees outside of the bargaining unit. And as Shamila would attest, those employees are governed by our policies, they're governed by our procedures, they're also governed by what's written in legislation. But in Eskom, I will find an executive coming into either inquiry or grievance hearing with a union representative that's 5 levels down, right? And the burden of organized labor that is actually put in place to service our bargaining unit employees now is extended into managerial categories where we should not have that type of practice. The bargaining unit employees and organized labor structures we have in this organization serves a purpose. And I will engage with them because they are key to the success of this organization and they are mandated by their constituents. And then I have people outside of the bargaining unit that is putting that additional operational pressure on our organized labor partners. So when I said at the beginning of the session, we have to hold the mirror up. The world has changed, and the question we have to ask ourselves as guardians of Eskom is, are we going to change with it? And with that said, I'm going to close our panel. We've taken some comments and